We need to have a very honest conversation about what it actually means to be a people pleaser. In our culture, we see the term almost like a badge of honor. You'll hear someone say, "Oh, I'm just too kind. Oh, I'm just too nice." I want to challenge that today. From a clinical perspective, chronic people pleasing isn't about kindness. It's about control and it's about fear. It's a survival mechanism that we learned a long time ago to keep ourselves safe by making sure everyone else was happy. But here's the dark side about it. When you spend your entire life managing everyone else's emotions, you lose yourself. You become a hollow version of yourself. We are going to talk about the dishonesty, the resentment, and the physical toll of being the good guy or the good girl. We are looking into why people pleasing is actually a form of manipulation and how it's destroying the very relationships that you're trying to save. Most of us know of fight or flight, and we just discussed about freeze the other day, but there is a fourth survival state called fawning. Now, fawning is what happens when your nervous system decides that the only way to survive a threat is through appeasing the predator. If you grew up in a household where your parents were unpredictable or there was a lot of conflict, you learned how to scan faces before you even learned how to read. You basically became an expert at emotional weather forecasting. When you are in a found response, your body gets flooded with stress hormones. But instead of running or fighting, you smile, you agree, you say yes when you mean no, and this creates a massive internal conflict because your body is screaming danger, but your mouth is saying, "How can I help?" Over time, this constant state of bracing leads to chronic back pain, digestive issues, and migraines. Your body is literally holding the no that you are so afraid of saying. This is the part that's hard to hear, but people pleasing is inherently dishonest. When you agree with someone to avoid conflict, to avoid making them uncomfortable, to prevent them from rejecting you, or to save the relationship, you aren't letting this person see the real you. You aren't being kind. You're presenting a curated, safe version of yourself so they won't reject you. In a way, people pleasing is a form of manipulation. You are trying to control what other people think of you by withholding your true thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, and your beliefs. But the thing is, you can't have a real relationship with a curated version of someone. This is why people pleasers often feel profoundly lonely, even when they are surrounded by people. You are lonely because nobody knows you. They only know the version of you that is designed to make them happy. Every time you say yes to someone else and no to yourself, you pay tax. And that tax is paid in resentment. Because you're doing so much for everyone else, you subconsciously expect them to do the same for you. You expect them to read your mind the way you read theirs, but they don't. And when they don't meet those unspoken expectations, you feel bitter, you feel sad, you feel used, you feel like a martyr. The people pleaser usually starts like a rescuer, but eventually slips into the victim role because they feel unappreciated. And then eventually the persecutor comes out, usually in the form of passive aggression, like snapping over small things or just completely burning out and ghosting the relationship. Resentment is the dark side of people pleasing. It is the slow acting poison that destroys love. So, how do we stop? It starts with realizing that no is a complete sentence. Incorporate the following tips. Number one, check your state before you respond. When someone asks you for a favor, don't respond or answer immediately. Check in with your body. Notice your body. Is your chest tight? Is your heart racing? Are you holding your breath? If you feel pressured, you are in found response. Number two, practice the pause. Tell people, let me check my schedule and then I'll get back to you. This gives your nervous system time to move from survival mode back into logic mode. And number three, accept the discomfort. When you start setting boundaries, people are going to be upset. especially the people who benefited from you not having them. And that's okay. Their disappointment isn't your responsibility to fix. The goal of life isn't to be nice, it is to be integrated, to be a whole human being who is capable of both yes and no. When you start setting boundaries and stop people pleasing, you will notice that you're going to lose some people, but at the same time, you're going to find new people who actually love you for you.